had. And we put the money together and the materials, and we put this bridge together on Memorial Day in 1990. And everybody worked together, and you can see the result of what we've done here.
I never ride over this bridge that I don't think about all the family members and the fun time that we had here.
Of more than 70 bridges on the Wabash Trace, nearly half are completed. But bridge building makes up a fraction of the development and maintenance work. Volunteers repair fences, clear brush, acquire and repair equipment, and install benches and picnic tables, even birdhouses. They promote trail use, collect user fees, coordinate special events, and of course, raise funds. An equestrian group has accepted the unique challenge of clearing a bridle path which runs parallel to the trail.
The clearing of the paths, which we spent a lot of time last winter and summer and this fall doing, you learn to love a man with a chainsaw. And this has just been fun. Like she was saying, 18 years ago or so when I first started to ride, there were many, many places you could ride through. But as time goes by, there's fences, housing developments, and so on. And really, you can go right along the edge of the road. And that's about it now. So this is a lovely thing.
Over the past 5 years, real estate agents, farmers, high school kids, firefighters, nurses, and attorneys have worked side by side on the trace. Young men have coordinated their Eagle Scout projects with trail development, and Youth Conservation Corps workers have devoted hours of summer labor. But regardless of the numbers of helping hands and willing workers, materials and equipment cost money, and the trail supporters have come up with some pretty creative ways of raising it. The Fat Tire Festival is a special event for kids age 8 to 80. Held every spring, the festival combines off-road bikes, great food, and family fun. Participants can test their strength, speed, and endurance, or just take a leisurely ride and enjoy the scenery. Other events include the annual Wabash Warm-Up Bicycle Ride from Council Bluffs to Shenandoah, the Haunted Hayrack Ride for thrills and chills at Halloween, and Christmas caroling along the trail with Luminaria lighting the way, all of which generate funds and build support for the project. One event in particular stands out because of its tie to the history of Southwest Iowa. In the early 1920s, two Shenandoah business owners, Earl May and Henry Field, used the new medium of radio to compete in promoting their products and to entertain families at home. Today, Southwest Iowa Nature Trails hosts the annual KMA Old-Fashioned Radio Show. Corporate sponsors purchase advertising, and volunteers provide the talent. KMA Radio donates the entire evening of airtime. The show, broadcast live from Shenandoah High School Auditorium, features skits complete with sound effects, the humor of George and Gracie, and the music of yesterday.
Good night, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.
Thank you.
And remember, next winter, when the snow is on the trace, rent cross-country skis and all the fixings from Funk Kirby Bikes and Carts in Shenandoah.
There's only one place I'll go for film developing, my Hy-Vee.
Another growing source of revenue is the User Pass program. Those who walk or ride the trail can choose to contribute each time they visit or buy a season pass.
I think we started the User Pass system in early July last year, '92. And really from day one, the response was great. We had more people participate in the User Pass program than any of us imagined early on. We had no way to really police the thing. We couldn't have people out there all the time. It was just a matter of people doing it on their honor system. And really good response. We figured we'd check it once in a while when we were in the parking lot, and we guessed there was something like 70 to 80% compliance without policing it.
Although users and volunteers are doing their part and more, the trail project would not be possible without the generous support of sponsors. The business communities of Omaha, Council Bluffs, Shenandoah, and all the places in between have chipped in to invest in a common future.
If you put your name on the trace as a sponsor, it indicates that you're interested in the health and well-being of your employees and the people of the community. You're interested in supporting community development projects that are a benefit to the community. And it also identifies you as an organization that's not only interested in short-term goals, but in the long-term future of the area. This is going to be a recreational paradise for people in eastern Nebraska, western Iowa, and from all over the country for 100 years into the future, and we're glad to be a part of it.
We're just proud to be associated with this project. I think it's a wave of the future. I think that we're going to look back and say trails are what brought us back to nature, and the people who say this country is in trouble just haven't met you folks.
Why do these people representing 5 counties, a dozen communities, and a variety of lifestyles join hands to develop a nature trail? Well, there are as many reasons as there are volunteers, for the sake of the future, for the memories of the past, to tie families together, to tie communities together, to give something back, to leave something behind. Whatever the reasons, they have created more than a nature trail. They have revived a pioneer spirit, cemented lifelong friendships, and proven that you can change the world, right in your own backyard.
It's a mixture of all walks of life, good quality people with their heads square on their shoulders, and something I've really enjoyed being on the board with my son for the past several years, and this has been a lot of just good times together. And I just like being with the younger people and helping with this project, because I know long after I'm gone, this trail will still be here for the people that come after we do.
Bridge that's been sponsored, I look at the people's names and the corporation's names that sponsors that. And it's a personal, it feels like they almost gave something to me.
These guys have stuck together so well, it's unbelievable how good they stuck together on this trail. And the volunteers and the people, that's my view of it. And I've seen it. I've seen it from the beginning when they first come and when they started putting the bridges up. It's unbelievable the way everybody stuck together.
The Wabash Railroad represented some memories. I know in my case, I grew up on a farm where the Wabash went through. I remember the 10:30 nightly training going through. You know, I was supposed to be asleep, but that was when I was a kid, and I could look out, you know, the upstairs window and see the lights of the train going by. So that's a very prominent memory from my past.
Of course, I didn't want them to tear the railroad road up because I enjoyed operating on it so much that I was kind of against it right at first. It didn't take me long to appreciate what they were going to try to do, and I think it's if it can't be a railroad, then I think it ought to be a trail like it is now, and for a lot of people to enjoy.
Towns like Malvern and Silver City, I knew where they were and I passed through them, but they meant nothing to me. It was just another little beautiful town in Iowa. But now I know people that live there. I know people that work around the area. I know farmers that farm the ground. And in a way, it's really enriched my life to the point where I know more people and I understand more about smaller communities than I live in. I understand some of the problems that farmers have to contend with that I was really unaware of before. And I understand what it takes to be a friend to people and what it takes for people to be a friend to me. And the Trace has developed that. You know, while we're developing the Trace develops the people that work on it.
We take care of our old, take care of our young, make hay while the sun shines, growing our crops, singing our songs, planting until harvest time. Iowa, winter, spring, summer, and fall. Come and see, come dance with me to the beautiful Iowa walls. Iowa, winter, spring, summer, and fall. Come and see, come dance with me to the beautiful Iowa walls.
That may be more down your alley. The Southwest Iowa Nature Trails is sponsoring a bike ride to Shenandoah tomorrow. Bikers will ride about 50 miles along the Wabash Nature Trail. They'll stay overnight in Shenandoah Saturday night and ride back to Council Bluffs on Sunday.
Saturday night. There's going to be a night ride where people can go out and ride, and they're going to have stargazing. They're going to have one of the high school astronomy teacher out with a telescope, and there's going to be a dinner ride where people actually get on a like a lowboy trailer. You know, if you want to pay for dinner, and then they serve dinner to you on this trailer as you ride down the trail, and so there's all kinds of fun things going on in Shenandoah.
The ride will start at 9 a.m. tomorrow behind the Lewis Central High School. The cost is $7. Another ride is planned for next weekend.
Different length rides. You can ride to Mineola and back, which would be about 18 miles. You can ride to Silver City and Malvern, depending on whatever your level of fitness is. And then later in the afternoon, after the rides are over, there's all sorts of fun family-type things. There's a
Some of the family activities include a bike limbo and a throwing contest. For more information on the Fat Tire Festival, contact True Wheel Cycling and Fitness in Council Bluffs. All proceeds go towards maintaining and finishing the Wabash Trace Nature Trail.
And hopefully the weather will cooperate for the biking.